Test, test, 1, 2. Test, test, 1, 2. Test, test, 1, 2. Test, test, 1, 2. Test, test, 1, 2.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Test, test, 1, 2. Test, test, 1, 2. Test, test, 1, 2.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Welcome into the Budweiser Event Center in Levelland, Colorado. Joe Paris alongside Alex Doyle. He with you this afternoon. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We had a few issues to get going, but we are underway now. Thank you for joining us. 0-0 game, 11:49 remaining in our first period. Buffs and Rams on this hockey day in Loveland. Colorado wearing their all-black jerseys. They're traveling left to right. Mr. Danos tries to throw one on net there. It'll be taken away from her. To just fill you in what happened, back and forth action so far. Not really any scoring chances. It'll be brought up the ice, though, by Colorado State. It's Molly O'Neill. O'Neill will go into the corner. She'll be met up alongside Kelsey Abila. Abila and O'Neill will do battle in behind there as it's played to the corner again. Set it in front for the Rams. A backhander is blocked away there by Claudia Eskew. Shot from the side of the net from O'Neill will go far side. These two teams met up on Friday night, and Colorado State won that one 1-0 up in Boulder. This is actually a technical Colorado State home game. Fort Collins, a small drive away from the Budweiser Event Center, but Alex, it should be a fun day of hockey.
I'm looking forward to it. Friday's game was very good. Close game, as you said. Two rival schools. It's always fun to watch rivalry games.
Puck is pushed to the corner for Colorado. They'll try to break out of their own zone. It'll be played all the way up the ice now to Kat O'Leary. O'Leary will take a slap shot from the outside, and it'll be blockered and saved by the goaltender, Megan Nelson. Nelson had the shutout on Friday night for Colorado State. A really good effort. She made every single save she was supposed to.
Can't ask for much more from your goaltender than saving every puck that comes towards them, Mike. So, very good effort, I would say, by CSU's goalie on Friday night.
Still trying to iron out a few of our difficulties here, but I think we should be good. If you can hear us or if you think there's a problem, please let us know in the chat box on live stream so we can fix any problems there may be. Puck will be held up through the neutral zone before it's played back into the Colorado defensive half. 10:08 remaining in our opening period from the Budweiser Event Center. Shot on net is blocked by Eskew. It'll be played out to the blue line. Will be held by Colorado State. They'll play it back in. Getting back for it for the Buffaloes will be Hannafy. Hannafy receives a pass out of the corner. She'll touch it to Monica Patton. Patton will play it out through neutral ice. Picked up by Jordan Nicholson. Nicholson will play it into the Colorado zone. Catching up with it was Amanda Gashik. Gashik lost it. It's brought right back in by Nicholson. Nicholson from the circle will send one on net. Stick behind by SQ. Ellie Dice try to carry it out of her own zone. She'll lose it up the blue line, though, to O'Neill. O'Neill will hammer it back. And the Rams will recoil. Nicholson to the neutral zone. It's broken up by Colorado. Bringing it in will be MacArthur. Leah MacArthur, the captain on on the first line here, will play it out to center ice to Abila. Abila to the left side to Thomas. Thomas will bring it in over the line, but it looked like MacArthur was offsides. Full day of hockey here, though, at the Budweiser Event Center this morning from 8 o'clock on. We had some peewee and other little kids.
Yeah, right before we showed up, I believe it was a bantam game between the Junior Eagles and the Colorado Revolution. That ended in a 1-0 game as well. Very late scored goal by the Eagles. So it has been a very full day of hockey here at the Budweiser Event Center.
And, of course, coming up after this game will be Colorado versus Colorado State on the men's side. Buffs won 5-0 on Friday night. So the teams they win 1-for-1 on Friday night. The women's winning the Colorado State side. Delay penalty on Colorado. A shot from the outside will be deflected into the goaltender Eskew's glove, and she'll hang on for the save. Still waiting for that energy to pick up a little bit in the building. It feels kind of quiet.
Yeah, it's a pretty empty building tonight, unfortunately, for these two teams. Women's hockey is a fun game to watch. No hitting, so it is definitely more technically skilled game you have to be in order to play women's hockey. Just because you can't hit, there's no body contact. But I think it will pick up as the game progresses. Still early here in the first period.
So Colorado State on the power play. Off for the Buffaloes is Kay Sitterly. So 5-on-4 for another minute 39. Cycled back to the near side of Simlowski. Simlowski will wrap it around the boards. Kissing after it will be the Rams. Meeting up against the board will be Renee Dreher. And Marissa Danos will send this one all the way down the length of the ice.
Joe Kay Sitterly is not only a good hockey player. I was on the triathlon team at CSU with her for 2 years, so she's just a very good all-around athlete. So it's unfortunate to see her sitting in the box. I think she's one of the best players on this CU roster. Others may disagree, but she's definitely a very good hockey player and very good all-around athlete as well.
I could barely do one sport. I don't know how she does two.
Technically, I mean, I guess it's technically 4 because she plays hockey and then triathlon is 3
That's
sports,
3
I
sports.
guess. So
that is very true.
Right, I guess it's 4. I could ride a bike pretty well. I played hockey okay, I guess. I wasn't my greatest.
I can't do any sports.
That's why you're sitting next to me.
That's why I'm sitting here as the broadcaster. We're also trying to still figure out. Colorado State had a few number changes from Friday night, so I do apologize if I don't call the correct name, or if I don't call a name, period. We're still figuring out who's wearing what number out there. On Friday night, actually, a few of the girls from Colorado State forgot their jerseys, so they had to wear the old jerseys that we didn't have the numbers for, so we were confused.
And a few others just haven't gotten their jerseys in yet, so definitely some different numbers on the Colorado State side that we will try to figure out.
.706 remaining in our opening period. 0-0 from the Coors Event, or not the Coors Event Center, from the Budweiser Event Center, the Coors Event Center at the University of Colorado. Different beer.
Very different beer.
On net, it goes wide, and swinging at it was Alan McGuire. Colorado still shorthanded for another 20 seconds, and the referee will blow his whistle as it came in offsides. I don't think we mentioned it, but the goaltenders this afternoon for Colorado, Claudia Eskew. And on the other end for the Rams, Megan Nelson. These are the same goaltenders we had Friday night. 15 seconds remaining on the power play for Colorado State. 6:52 remaining in our opening period. Thank you for joining us. Again, sorry for the technical difficulties, but we're glad we're on the air now.
Very glad. I think CSU made the right call putting Nelson in net. How can you not put a goalie who just had a shutout in net the next game?
A 2-on-1, MacArthur and Sitterly. She'll fire one, and it's saved, and it goes through! Oh, what a play by Leah MacArthur. The puck got held up on Megan Nelson's shoulder, fell backwards and deflected off her leg and went in. 1-0 Colorado. That was an even strength goal as the penalty had just expired.
Kay Sitterly celebrating that goal like it was her own. She's also a very good teammate. I know since I was on a team with her, she will celebrate with you just as much if you do something good as if she does something good. So, very good teammate. It's fun to be on a team with her.
So 1-0 Colorado. Something out of nothing on that play.
Yeah, and sometimes that's how this game works. You have one person's able to break away from everybody, and then all of a sudden there was a 2-on-1 for Colorado, just one shot. Nelson couldn't quite hold on to it, and it bounced off his shoulder and went into the net.
So our final score on Friday night was 1-0. We've already gotten to that point, and we're not even halfway through the game. We're halfway through the first period. The Rams, though, will bring it right back in. Amanda Gashik will put one through the slot. She'll backhand it to the corner. Wrapped around the boards the other way for Colorado. And out to Marissa Danos it goes. Danos to the neutral zone. Will have it deflect off of her stick. It'll be backhanded in by Nellie Brown. Ping pong through the neutral zone before it'll be chased back by Hannah Samlowski. Carrying back in her own zone is Patton. Patton will hand off to Thomas. Thomas will lead the direction now. Back in the Colorado State zone. Played to the boards. Alex Moore unable to contain it, but right behind her will be Caitlin Hanafy. Sent to the corner. The Captain Moore will go after it before it's sent to the near side. The Rams will collect in their own zone and try to clear this one out, but kept in by Hanafy at the blue line. Off the glass it goes. Deflects into the neutral zone. It'll be a one-on-one. The Rams will lead the rush. Fired on net and a glove save by Claudia Eskew.
Joe, I just want to go back to that penalty kill by the Buffs. They did exactly what they needed to do. Did not allow CSU to get many shots, and then when they did get the puck, they were able to send it all the way down the other end of the ice, which is exactly how you have to kill a penalty. And then right at the tail end of it, as we saw, there was some players breaking out of the zone, and then 2-on-1 developed quickly from what looked like it might have not even been anything was going to happen. All of a sudden it's 2-on-1, and then it's a 1-0 game.
Buffs will play it into the neutral zone. MacArthur will swing at it in front of the Colorado State bench. Alec Dice there. The freshman will push it in. Michelle Harcrow plays it to the neutral zone, but it'll be played right back in by Renee Dreher. Rams will skate back to their own zone with 4:30 remaining in our first period. 1-0 Colorado. MacArthur had the goal. And as Alex said, Sitterly was celebrating as she was excited. A lot of frustration, I think, for this Colorado team after Friday night. They had some opportunities, and they just couldn't score. They had some really good opportunities. And also, you got to give credit to Megan Nelson. I mean, she shut the door on the Buffs all night.
Yeah, it's impressive to see goalies who can just keep their composure no matter how many shots are coming to them. Use most of the time, if a team gets a lot of shots, one of them's going to go in, and it's just a credit to CSU and their coaches, and they were able to make it so that the shots that she did face, she was able to save.
And SQ will make the save and hang on for the face-off with 3:42 remaining in our first period. It's always so cool when teams get to come in and play in an alternate building like the Budweiser Event Center. I mean, this is a beautiful building, and really, I love coming here.
It's a very nice building. This is my first time in here, but it's a nice building. Very nice. It's warm too, so you don't freeze. Some rinks you can freeze in. This one is definitely warm. It's a nice rink, very visitor friendly, I would say. Much like the Pepsi Center, just a little smaller in size.
Oh, a lot smaller in size.
Or a lot smaller. I was at the CSU men's game in the Pepsi Center last year, and that was, I think, the biggest crowd I saw for any club college hockey game.
Oh, it was great. And the women's game was right before it, too, and they had a really good attendance for that one, too. Always excited to play down at Pepsi Center, but I'd almost rather broadcast from here. It's got an old-time hockey feel in this building.
It definitely does. I agree. Pepsi Center's a little too new, especially with their new, very, very big Jumbotron.
Emily Mohana will play it into the corner for the Rams. She'll spin out of the corner and center one in front. It'll come to Peterson. Peterson back to the near side to Sam Lowski, who will left one on net, and Eskew will make the glove save.
CU's defense is doing exactly what they need to do. If there's a body in front of Eskew, they're making sure that Eskew can still see the puck, getting rid of the girl in front of the net, getting rid of that screen. Having played defense, that's one of the toughest things to do without taking a penalty. Sometimes you do have to put a little bit more aggression into it, but CU's doing a very good job of doing that. And the few times it's been down in CSU zone for an extended period of time, they were doing the same thing. They've been doing a good job as well. So both teams doing what they need to do defensively, getting people out of the front of the goalie's way and making sure the goalie can see the puck.
Wrapped around the boards for Whitney Thomas. Thomas will walk in the defenseman from the blue line. She'll center one in front. It goes off of the skate of Simlowski. Case Sitterly, though, who will keep it in at the blue line. Plays it deep into the corner. Rams and Buffs will go after it against the boards. Comes free to Colorado State. It'll be fished away, though, by MacArthur. Sitterly trying to play it right back in, but deflected off Chandler Art's stick. Art will play back in her own zone, and the Rams will look to set things up with 2:10 remaining in our opening period. This one will come all the way down the length of the ice, and will be good for an icing call. 2:06 remaining in our first period. 1-0 Colorado. A Leah MacArthur goal to get things started for the Buffs. Face off, though, deep in the Colorado offensive zone. Rams will win the draw and play it around the boards. O'Neal, who she had a great game Friday night. Molly O'Neal was all over the ice. I mean, defensively, I think she had the best defensive game out of any of the girls out there. And offensively, I mean, she played a sound game as well. O'Neal was on every forecheck, every turnover. It seemed like 14 was right around the area.
I didn't see that game, but I did hear that she was certainly a factor. If not the best player for if not only the best player for CSU, she was probably the best player on the ice, from what I've heard. And a tripping call will be called against Colorado State. We'll see who the guilty party is. It looks like it's going to be Sierra Dell. There's Devin Siped, who went down. So the Buffs will go on their first power play
of the afternoon with 1:31 remaining in our opening period. Rams will win the draw and push it forward, but Case Italy will get it out to Marissa Danos in the neutral zone. Alyssa Wada will play it over to Sitterly. Sitterly brings it in over the line. She's looking for a centering pass. She's got Dice in front. Shuffles it through the neutral zone, and no one home. Played out to the top of the slot for Dice. Dice will take some contact there, but kept in by Hannafy. Hannafy into Sitterly. Sitterly against the shot there, and good save by Megan Nelson. Kept in at the blue line again by Hannafy. Hannafy back to the right side to Wada. A minute remaining in the opening period. Sitterly will try to center one in front. It goes out the back of the net. Amanda Gashik will play from the corner. Danos, though, waiting for it there. Plays it in front. Saved by Nelson. Puck still free, and the referee will blow the whistle and call this one dead with 49.1 seconds remaining in the period. A minute 18 remaining on the power play for Colorado.
Yeah, that save Nelson made, not this last one where she covered it up, but the one prior to that, she did exactly what she needed. She kept her skate strong on the post so that no puck could squirt past her, and then just kept strong on the pads and made sure that that puck was not going to go in.
The Rams will send it down the length of the ice to kill off some penalty kill time. He'll jump over the stick of Whitney Thomas and go to the corner for Kelsey Abila. Abila will collect it from her own zone. Try to hit sights on the fly as Colorado will bring it back into their own zone. It's Monica Patton. Patton will play it all the way through the neutral zone, but it'll be stopped by the Rams and played out to the blue line. Turned over, though, walking in short-handed will be Peterson. She fires one and it goes just high. A good opportunity there for Peterson, turning something out of nothing. She's still down there swarming. Puck free on the outside of the Colorado net. Finally will come free to the Buffs, and it'll be Patton that'll lead the rush with 7 seconds remaining in the period. Patton brings it over the line, plays it off the player. Shot on net, saved by Nelson, and she'll hang on for the save.
Another good save by Nelson. She was able to see that puck the whole way, and like I was saying earlier, if you can see the puck the whole way, it's a lot easier. And so CSU did a very good job of making sure that the Buffalo's forwards are staying out of that slot area, and so they're getting harder shots, which are easier than for Nelson to save.
So 2 seconds remaining in the period. Sitterly will wrap it up down low, and that'll be the end of our first period of play. So after a very interesting technical start for our game and some interesting play on the ice, we finally have gone through our first 20 minutes of play from the Budweiser Event Center. Again, thank you for joining us. We apologize that we started the broadcast late, but are glad you're with us now. If everything goes according to plan, we'll have the rest of the game for you. I have 2 more full periods of hockey from the Budweiser Event Center. Buffs lead 1-0 over the Rams after 1 period of play before we go away. Alex, your thoughts on that period?
I thought it was a good period for both teams. Even though CSU is going into the locker room down 1-0, they played a good game. That goal was just a good shot. There's not a lot of goalies who are going to be able to make a save like on a shot like that every single time. Nelson did what she could. She got a piece of it. Unfortunately, it was just a little too hard. Bounced up and off of her shoulder and into the back of the net. But it was back and forth the whole time. Neither team really dominated possession in their offensive zone. It was pretty back and forth. I thought it was a good period for both teams.
We're going to step aside, but when we come back, we will have the second period of action from the Budweiser Event Center. You're tuned into Ustream, livestream.com, University of Colorado women's hockey. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more after the break. Like the jams are going on here, Alex.
I do too. We've been jamming for
the 15
last
minutes?
15 minutes or so, yeah. Definitely good tunes happening today.
There are. Welcome back to the Budweiser Event Center in beautiful Loveland, Colorado. Joe Paris and Alex Doyle with you on Sunday afternoon. We appreciate you tuning into our show. I know it's a tough sell, hockey versus Sunday afternoon football, but locally the Denver Broncos have a bye week, so what else would you do on your Sunday afternoon?
I have no idea. There's nowhere else I'd rather be.
Literally nothing to do except for hang out here.
Yeah.
And we'll be here all day.
We will.
If you're a big hockey fan, stay tuned. Tonight we'll have at 6 o'clock the University of Colorado men will take on the Colorado State Rams. Buffs won 5-0 on Friday night over the Rams. Well, let's talk women's hockey after 1 period of play. 1-0 Colorado. Leah MacArthur, a really nice goal. She got just enough of it through the goaltender Nelson to have it trickle over the line. And that's where we are, 1-0. Colorado will start the period on the power play.
It was a good period for both teams, I think, like I was saying right before the break. And I'm guessing both coaches probably said similar things, just keep doing what you're doing. CSU is down, so they do have to try to score a goal to tie this one. But both teams have played well so far, so I think there's not much either coach really could have said besides just keep doing what you're doing, just keep shooting on net. You're going to score if you shoot. So I think this was a good period. I'm excited to see what both of these teams bring to the ice for this second period.
We're set to kick off our second period of action from the Budweiser Event Center. Colorado traveling right to left, and they're all blacks, and the Rams with their white tops, black bottoms, trimmed in gold and green. You know, I hate to admit it, coming from CU, but I love the green and gold. It's really a good look.
It is.
Sitterly will bring it into the zone, run off the face-off. She'll drop it for Dice. Dice will send one, and it gets blocked in front. She'll keep it, though, in the corner. She'll recoil against the boards and find Sitterly waiting for it in the corner. Puck jumps over the stick of Sitterly. It'll be played over by Brown, and Brown will advance this one all the way down the length of the ice with 8 seconds remaining on the Buffs' power play. Racing after is Amanda Gashuk, but it'll be Sitterly that'll lose it there in the corner. She'll center one in front over to Avery Kaufman. Kaufman on the backside will put one through. Shot, she scores! Molly O'Neill! And we're tied at 1. What a play by Molly O'Neill.
Yeah, there was not a lot that Claudia Eskew could have done. She made the first save, pad save, then the rebound came right back to her, and she was just able to put it right over the glove of Eskew. Not a lot that she could have really done. She played that as well as she could, tried to make the second save, but it was a good shot, very good shot.
So we're tied at 1 just like that. And the Rams bring it right back into the zone. This one will be fired wide of the net. Buffs will take it from their own zone. It'll be poked out to center ice for Alex Moore. The captain will send it in. Held up against the boards momentarily and brought back the other way now by Amanda Gashuk. Eskew will come out of her net and we'll leave it for Kelsey Abila. Out to center ice comes the puck. This one will come all the way down. Chasing after it will be Devin Saved. Against the boards. Played by Monica Patton. Marissa Danos will come in for the blue line to hold that one up in down low. Sierra Dell from her own zone. Looks out to center ice. It'll drop down and trickle through to the Buff zone. Buffs will trail back as a shot on net. A save by Eskew. Puck is still free, and Eskew will dive on top of it. And Alex Moore will corral the area. That was real dangerous. That one was close.
It was very close. It looked a lot like the goal that CSU just scored, too. Eskew made a pad save and then let up a rebound. Went right back to the same person who shot it. Fortunately for Eskew, it did not find its way to the back of the net this time. Good defense by her Buffs teammates to keep that one out of the net.
Just underway in the second period. 18 minutes remaining in our second. 1-1 game. A quick goal by Colorado State has tied it up. It was Molly O'Neill, who we talked about in the first period. She had a really good game Friday night, and it continues it into today. Rams will play it into the zone. Ziff will put it to the corner, as we'll have a touch-up on the play. I'm not sure what that was.
It's offsides.
Is that offside?
CSU didn't know they were offsides, and so they stayed in the zone, and linesman had to blow the whistle. At least that's what I think it was. That's what it appears.
Well, they'll line up in the neutral zone, so I'll give it to you. That's probably the case. And the scoreboard on our monitor is wrong. It is 1-1. I gotta fix that. Limited crew today, Alex.
Yeah, quite limited. Just the two of us and our camera woman, Ansley Guthrie. Just the three of us. So we do apologize if things are slow getting updated.
We're doing our best. We had to fight all the technical difficulties in the world this morning, but we got it free. Rams will bring it into the zone to the slot. A shot on net, saved by Eskew. She'll dive right on top of it.
So that whistle was a little quick to me. Eskew had it covered, but then it came right out. The ref blew the whistle anyway. The rule does say that when the ref can't see it, they blow the whistle. So I'm guessing the ref did lose sight of it. Was a little quick, though.
Buffs will win the faceoff in their own zone. Be wrapped around the boards. Picked up by Patton. Patton will lose it in the slot. A shot on net. Kick save by Eskew. Against the boards it comes. Backhanded away by Thomas. Rams are swarming in the Buff zone, and Colorado will be forced to send this one all the way out to neutral ice. Chasing after it will be Patton. First one to the puck, though, will be Brown. Brown advances it forward. It's O'Neal. O'Neal, the goal scorer for Colorado State, brings it in again. Puck held up broad against the red line. Worked away by Devin Seipt. Up the ice it comes for Colorado. Handling through neutral ice will be Thomas. Thomas brings it in 1-on-2. A poke check from behind. We'll see the puck go to the corner. Centered in front looking for Danos. But picking it off there for Colorado State was Dell. Slashed out from neutral ice by Wada. Held up in the zone, though, by the Rams. It's Chandler Art. Kaufman will have it taken away from her by Thomas. Thomas will send it to the far side boards, but it'll be controlled by O'Leary. Held up in behind. Now it's Mahana. Out to Danos it comes. Danos will fire it in from center ice and go off for a change. French will take it now for the Rams. She played up the board to Mahana. Slipped away from her, though, and will come to Kelsey Abila. Sitterly will touch it at center ice. She'll play it to Wada. Wada goes down as she comes over the line, and the Rams will bring it back the other way. It's Sarah Peterson. Peterson will play it in. Held up by Mahana. Got the blue line again. Chandler Art. Bounce off the boards and into the Colorado zone. To the stick of Abila. Abila now will exchange with Dreyer. Dreyer to Sitterly. Sitterly 1-on-3, sends one on net. Goes high off the glass into the corner. Buffs will converge on the scene alongside the Rams. Rams will push the pile. Out of the zone comes Peterson. Peterson will be taken down at center ice. Back against the boards it goes. MacArthur sends one on net, deflected away.
Yeah, Joe, this has been a different period for both teams. CSU has definitely dominated the early parts of this period.
And Ellie Dice will send in a goal. Dice snuck it over the pad. A good pass out of the corner from MacArthur. And Ellie Dice has made it 2-1.
Well, what I was saying was that CU hadn't been able to set up anything in the offensive zone. But on their first real chance in the offensive zone where they were in there for an extended period of time with control of the puck, they were able to put one past Nelson to take a 2-1 lead here.
So Buffs lead 2-1 with 14:44 remaining in our second period. A really good play for Liam MacArthur, who got the opening goal for Colorado, to pass that one right on the dot to Dice. And, Dice, she took the shot as soon as it came to her tape. A one-timer right over the pad of Megan Nelson.
Yeah, I can't fault Nelson on that one. I think that was the minor defensive breakdown by the Rams, letting Dice be as open as she was and get a one-timer. So can't fault Nelson for that one at all, I don't think.
And this one's going to come out to center ice. It's going to be a breakaway for Leah MacArthur. She hurries. Taken away, though, by the Rams. A good defensive play on the back check by Kelly French. Into the zone it goes again. Chasing after it will be Danos. Danos will meet up against the boards against Brown. Brown will backhand it back to the near side to Gashik. Gashik exchanges to Mahana. Mahana will throw it all the way down the ice. Thomas will come after it for the Buffs. From her own corner is Whitney Thomas. To the boards it goes for O'Leary. O'Leary sees it goes off her skate. Pinched in from the blue line. Madison Stevens will play this one now into the neutral zone. Flipped up in the air. Coming after it will be Abila. Abila will be met alongside Peterson. Peterson will take it away from Abila. Back to the corner it goes. O'Leary now. She'll center one forward to Danos. Puck will trickle out of the zone. We'll see if the Rams will dump it in and go off for a change. They won't. So it'll go in deep for Abila again. Abila will do a touch pass to O'Leary. O'Leary can't advance it out of the zone as a collection of bodies will collide at the blue line. And we're going to get a penalty on Colorado State, I believe. I think this is going to come against Sarah Peterson. There was a stick in her area, University of Colorado stick, and she picked it up and threw it. And that actually is a penalty. That's an interference penalty. Actually, they can call it unsportsmanlike conduct, and that's what they are going to call a call. It's either interference or unsportsmanlike, and this time it was unsportsmanlike. So Colorado will go on their second power play of the afternoon. They are 0 for 1.
Yeah, a lot of people don't actually know that if there's a part or a piece of equipment on the ice for an opposing player and you touch it, not a lot of people know that that is a penalty, but it is, and I've seen it in games I've played. And it's not always called, but refs did decide to call it this time.
It was pretty blatant, so I think that's why they did that. She didn't try to move the stick. She actually threw it.
Yeah, I think you have to call that one if it's going to be called.
Sitterly will take a shot that goes high against the glass. So the Buffs on the power play for another minute 33 with 12:34 remaining in the second period. Centered in front for Dice. She sends the trigger, and it just misses, and it'll come out to center ice. Hannafy will wheel it back. Look in the direction of Ellie Dice again, now to Sitterly. Sitterly will tap off to Dice. Dice will look again to the near side before backhanding it through the slot. It'll be a race to the puck. Dice comes after it. It'll be played all the way out into the defensive zone for Colorado with a minute and 7 seconds remaining on their power play. 12:08 remaining in our second period. Buffs on top 2-1. An Ellie Dice goal right after a Molly O'Neill goal. Makes it 2-1. Leah MacArthur scored our goal in the first period. Buffs scrambling in their own zone. Look to start the breakout on the power play. It was deflected by Moore at center ice, so icing is called off. Nelson will play it to the corner. Rams will whack at it. Coming in is Moore. She'll wrap it around the boards. Devin Seib will collect it from the blue line. She'll play it against the boards again. 30 seconds remain on the Buffs power play. And the puck will slide back to Nelson, and she'll jump on top of it for the faceoff.
CSU's done another very good job on this penalty kill as well, not allowing CU to get many shots. And the shots that they do get, Nelson's able to see the whole time, so she can make saves on them. So I have to give credit to CSU's defense on this penalty kill.
Buffs will win the face-off and push it to the corner. Scraping after it will be Patton. Patton in the corner. Looks across the ice. She'll skate backwards now with 12 seconds remaining on the power play, looking for a pass. Finally will leave it. Cycled against the boards again, now to Thomas. Thomas down low as power play has expired. We're back to even strength. In the corner. Colorado still controls it. Patton tries to throw one on net. Through the slot. Moore will play it back to the corner again for Patton. Patton plays it off the boards again. Thomas wraps it down low. Buffs finally will lose possession as will be brought out by Peterson. Peterson will send one into the corner. Will bounce out in behind the Colorado net. SQ will leave it there. Broken out to Danos, waiting for it at center ice. She'll bring it over the line and she'll chip it against the glass. It'll be held up by the Rams. Played all the way down. Molly O'Neill will chase after it. This one is a delayed icing call. And although O'Neill appeared to have beat the Buffalo Pack there, it will be an icing on Colorado State.
Yeah, O'Neill was trying to argue it. Refs aren't going to listen to arguing icing calls. It's usually pretty pointless. It's not a play that's going to really make a difference.
10:18 remaining in the second period. 2-1 Buffs lead.
The icing usually doesn't make a difference in the long run, so it's usually, at least in my opinion, pretty pointless to try to argue it.
Off the boards from Dreyer. Trying to connect with Danos. Danos will have the puck jump up at her feet. Taken away, though, by O'Neill. O'Neill will bring it in on the circle. She'll backhand it right to Dally.
O'Neill was shaken up a little earlier. I think she took some contact, and then she went into the net of SQ, but she seems to be okay now, skating back to, if not full strength, very, very close. So that's good to see.
Rams will go off for a change. We'll give Colorado a second to collect. Hannafy plays it out. She'll connect with Kat O'Leary. O'Leary will send it in deep, and that'll be an icing call on Colorado. 9:31 remaining in our second period. 2-1 our score. Buffs on top of the Rams on Sunday afternoon. We're broadcasting you live from the Budweiser Event Center in Loveland, Colorado. About an hour outside of Boulder, about 20 minutes outside of Fort Collins. I think, right?
More or less, yeah. Maybe half hour at most. I think it's closer than a half hour, though. certainly more of a home game for CSU than it is for the Buffaloes.
Oh, definitely. It is the home game. This is the Colorado State is the home team as they're wearing their whites. The Buffs have their home game on Friday night at the University of Colorado Rec Center, and I believe these two teams will play a number of games against each other this year, but hopefully they're going to play a game down at Pepsi Center in Denver.
Like they did last year.
Like they did last year.
Those were fun games to watch.
And I know I'm one that's pushing for these teams to also go play out on the outdoor surface at Coors Field in February. So, if anyone knows anyone down there. Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone knows anybody who's in charge of any of that, let them know that Joe Paris and Alex Doyle want to see college hockey on that ice.
That'd be fun.
It would be very fun.
Back at its roots. The Rams will take it from their own zone. It's Sarah Peterson. Peterson will look up the ice. She'll take it herself as she picks up some speed through the neutral zone, looking for a centering pass. Looks like a shot or a pass was deflected in behind the Colorado net. First one to the scene will be Chandler Art. Art will lose it, though, to Colorado. It'll be Kay Sitterly who will try to play it down the ice. MacArthur will pick it up in behind her. Dice will swing at it. This puck is held right in front of the CSU bench, and it will be played all the way deep back into the Colorado zone. Abila will come after it now for the Buffs. Against the boards it goes. Sitterly will backhand it out to the neutral zone as the Rams have to clear. Backhanded away by Thomas. She'll control it now from her own corner. She'll draw a triple team of Rams. Puck held up momentarily to Kay Sitterly. Sitterly will go down at center ice. Played in behind the Rams net. 7:38 remaining in the second period. Played to Gashik. Gashik will lose it in the neutral zone as it's slammed at by Patton. Patton chases after it. Centering in front from Patton, looking for more. Moore just couldn't quite connect. Behind another shot, blocked in front. Puck still loose. Another shot saved by Nelson. To the corner it goes. Moore against the boards again. Coming in from the blue line is Dreyer. Pack of bodies as the puck is held up against the boards. Rams will come out of the pile with this one. Will play to their corner. Played to the blue line. O'Leary brings it in for Colorado again. O'Leary in by herself as the Buffs went out for a change. She'll take it all the way to the corner. She'll cycle it to Danos in down low. Danos will have it broken up from her as it'll be played again by Kat O'Leary to the boards. And the Rams will chip it out to center ice. Abila against the boards it goes. Danos will chase after it. First one to the puck, though, is Nicholson. Nicholson against the boards again. This time it'll be O'Neal who will play it out to center ice. Trying to collect it and break it the way is Alyssa Ziff. Ziff shot on net is saved by Eskew, and she'll flip it up into the glove and hang on. 6:21 remaining in our second period. 1 goal advantage for Colorado.
And Joe, ever since CU scored that last goal, play's been more like it was in the first period. Pretty back and forth. Neither team really dominating or really being able to establish much extended time in the offensive zone.
Played back into the corner. It's Thomas who will play it against the boards for Colorado. I would still say, although it's a 2-1 game, this game is really, a 50-50 momentum game. It doesn't really feel like one team has really got the momentum in their favor.
I would agree, definitely. The first goal, this really could easily be a 0-0 game, or it could be a 1-1 game, could be a 2-2 game, could be 7-7. It's been very even. Shots are in CSU's favor, but it's 15-13, so they're very even on shots as well. Very even game so far.
Dice will play it out to Sitterly. Sitterly waiting for it in the neutral zone. Will soccer it forward into the zone. MacArthur will chase in behind. She'll swing one on net. Saved by Nelson. Comes back to the corner again. Colorado will go off for a change. This will give the Rams a second to break out. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. It'll jump to the Buffaloes. Against the glass it goes again. Abila will touch it. Trying to catch up to it will be Danos. Buffs will force it in deep again. French against the boards to Mahana. Swung all the way down and around the boards. First one to the puck will be Chandler Art. Art will play it up against the boards as Madison Stevens will work it out. Sent back into the Colorado corner for Dreyer. Dreyer trying to escape it. It kept in, though, at the blue line by Dell. Dell will walk in, fire one. It goes just wide.
Both these teams are looking like they can just make plays out of what looks like nothing. And it's been very exciting to watch. Just that last play looked like, to me, like nothing was going to happen. Then all of a sudden, CSU gets a shot, goes just wide. They're just making something out of nothing.
Battlesmore in front of shot, and a goal by Colorado State. I think that it is a goal.
So does
maybe not.
Does the entire CSU bench and a lot of the fans here.
It's not a goal. I don't know how SQ kept that one out of the net, but she did.
I think she sat on it. I think she.
We'll look at it here on the monitor. I mean, a really good shot as the puck was. Wow, kept out by SQ. You can't see it at home, but on the Titantron here in the stadium, that one was inches away from sneaking over the line. Not sure how SQ kept that one out of the net, but she did.
I don't either. I thought that went 5-hole. I thought she just didn't have her stick down and they were able to put it between her legs. Somehow she kept that puck out of the net. I think no one in here can believe it.
I was shocked that she kept that out.
Me as well.
Game will stay 2-1 though. That'll be the biggest save of the game so far. It wasn't fancy, but boy, was it effective.
Sometimes, all you got to do is just sit down, and that's what SQ did. We was able to keep the puck out of the net. She just sat on it.
Rams are swarming again, though. 3 shots right on net as SQ will cover it up. The referee will blow his whistle as he lost sight of the puck. 3:56 remaining in the second period. 2-1 score in favor of Colorado. Some Sunday afternoon hockey from the Budweiser Event Center. The rivalry on ice between CU and CSU, the Rocky Mountain Showdown on ice, as they call it.
Always fun to watch these two teams play. It doesn't matter the sport. It's always fun to watch two rival schools battle each other in a good athletic contest.
Puck will come to the board to Gashik. She'll send one on net, and SQ will make another save. Boy, SQ has looked good in this period.
She's looked good all game. Certainly, I think CSU in just this almost 17 minutes that have been played in this period have had just as many shots as they had in the entire first period. So it looks like they're putting a little bit more pressure on the Buffs. Being down by one, you usually have to do that. And so they're getting shots off, but SQ has been very solid in net tonight.
And it has been the Rams here the last three-ish minutes that have had the momentum in their favor. They trail by a goal. They do lead the shots on goal total, 17-14 over Colorado. 3:07 remaining in the second period. Shot is blocked off the leg of Danos. Chipped in, though, by the Rams again. Slashed out by Dreyer. Dreyer is wrapped up along the board with Alyssa Wada. Rams come out of the pile again, though. Centered in front for Gashik. She couldn't quite pull the trigger there. Wrapped around the boards again, and this one will come all the way down into the neutral zone. And referee will call off the icing call as Dell will control it back in her own zone. Buffs will go off for a change. Sitterly will jump onto the ice. Out there also with O'Leary and MacArthur. Dreyer's got it. She'll leave it for MacArthur. MacArthur will play it. It'll make a weird bounce off of a player and go right into SQ, and SQ will have to make the save.
It's not a pretty shot. It's a shot on goal. Every shot you could take, you never know. That puck could have taken a weird bounce and gone between SQ's legs or bounced over her glove. Shoot it on net and see what happens.
Avila from the corner will send it all the way back to the other side of the ice to Sitterly. Sitterly will leave it there as the puck again will be turned over. Shot on net, saved by SQ. Another shot. Puck still free, comes out the side of the net. O'Neal and McGuire just couldn't grab it home. Dice will play it off the boards to herself, and she'll bring it back the other way. The Buffs, they dodged 2 or 3 bullets here this period.
If not more than that. CSU's definitely had the momentum for most of this period. Certainly the last 4 or so minutes, they've had all of the momentum. CU hasn't been able to get the puck out of their defensive zone for much time at all, and they haven't been able to establish any possession in CSU's defensive zone.
Sent deep into the corner by Colorado. 1:37 remaining in the second period. Played out to the blue line, will be kept in by Thomas for Colorado. Kicked out to center ice, though. Brought right back in, though, by Devin Sipe. In behind for Maria King. She goes down hard. Puck stays in behind. Minute 15 remaining in the period. Almost centered in front from Patton. Tries on the second attempt. Moore right in front. And Moore's actually going to get a penalty on that play for shoving over a Ram right in front of the crease. Looks like she took a shot at Simlowski there. So Moore will take a seat.
Yeah, she'll go for cross-checking. There's a battle in front of the net that Moore just got two hands on her stick and pushed her opponent over. Can't do that, Joe.
So the exact opposite if we had at the end of the first period. It'll be Colorado State getting a late power play with 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining in our second period. 2 minutes up on the board against Alex Moore. 2 minutes. More cross-checking. We'll see if the Rams can tie this one up late in the period. Across the way it goes to the backside to O'Neal. If I was the Buffs, I would key in on O'Neal because, again, she's having a fantastic afternoon tonight.
She has been all over the ice, and she scored. So that's if there's one person you could pick to watch if you are CU, I would probably pick O'Neal as well.
Love saying by SQ, and we'll have a face-off stay here in the zone. Rams will win the draw. It's Kaufman. Kaufman will put one on net. Saved by Eskew. Puck still loose. Goes to the corner. Hannafy wrapped up in down low alongside Kaufman. Fished out by O'Neal. O'Neal will play it off the boards. He'll come out to the point for Brown. Brown will survey the scene. She'll send one through some traffic. Goes wide into the corner. Hannafy will grab it for the Buffs, and she'll chip it against the glass. Unable to advance it out to center ice, though, as the Rams will put it in back deep with 27 seconds remaining in the period. Played against the glass again by Colorado, and this time the clearing attempt from Whitney Thomas will go down the length of the ice. Touched at the blue line, but played right back to Colorado. It would be Ellie Dice. Ellie and Kay Sitterly come over the line. 10 seconds remaining in the period. 58 seconds remaining on the power play. Wrapped all the way around the boards. Zabila will come after it for Colorado. She'll leave it for Dice, and Dice is going to bring it into the zone as time will expire here in our second period of play. Each team getting a single point. And they'll make it 2-1 at the end of 2 periods of play.
Yeah, Joe, again, it was another very good period for both teams. CSU was a little bit more dominant than CU was in that period. But I think CU doesn't need to worry. They are still leading this game 2-1. So I think they just need to tighten up a little bit more defensively so they can get the puck out of the zone. First things first, though, they have to kill this last 52 seconds of this penalty to Moore. And I think the best way for them to establish more offense in the defensive zone is to start by winning their defensive zone faceoffs. CSU's been dominant in that category in their offensive zone faceoffs. I think faceoffs have been relatively equal for both teams, but in the offensive zone, CSU has been more dominant than CU. CU needs to start winning defensive zone faceoffs.
2-1 after 2. We're going to step aside, but when we come back in about 12 minutes, we'll have the third period action from the Budweiser Event Center. Don't go anywhere. You're tuned into University of Colorado women's hockey. 2-1 over the Rams after 2. Welcome back to the Budweiser Event Center here in Loveland, Colorado. Joe Paris alongside Alex Doyle, and Alex 2-1 after 2.
Yeah, been a very good contest between these two teams, as it was on Friday. Another close game. And I just received word during the intermission that CU's Kay Sitterly, after Friday night's game, flew to Las Vegas to join up with the rest of her triathlon team teammates to do a triathlon yesterday, and is now back here playing another hockey game. I definitely could not do that.
I was just telling you, and actually your father, who was just visiting with us, that I could barely get out of bed after just watching football yesterday, and Kay went all the way down to Vegas, ran a triathlon, came back, and is now playing in a hockey game. And she's playing very well, too. It doesn't look like she's tired out there.
No, definitely does not look like she's tired. Very impressive display of her athleticism.
I mean, I think she should be nominated for University of Colorado Athlete of the Week, because that's unbelievable.
I agree.
Well, thank you for joining us. Third period just underway. Buffs lead 2-1. Rams are on a power play for another 27 seconds. Alex Moore took a cross-checking penalty at the end of the second. Third period action, though, 2-1. Our scoreboard has been corrected. I know it said first period during the second period. My bad on that one. I'm not used to doing this.
That's what you have people for.
We have a whole staff that was meant to be up at this game, but the truth is that Colorado State, the men's Colorado State team, banned us from broadcasting tonight out of fear that we would steal their viewers. So I told my crew to take the day off because we weren't allowed to broadcast the men's game. But here we are for the women's game. More than happy to be here, too.
We will be doing that radio broadcast, though. So
we will be on the radio, that's right. We will be on the radio for the men's game.
If you want to tune in the old-fashioned way, as I heard you say it earlier.
Yep. You can find that link on the University of Colorado men's Facebook or men's Twitter page if you're interested. Always fun, Colorado versus Colorado State. But on the women's side of things, 2-1 in favor of Colorado. The Rams came up to Boulder on Friday night and pulled off a perfect game. They won 1-0. They're defensively sound, and they snuck one in there at the end. So the Buffs trying to get a little bit of revenge here as they lead by a goal late in this one on the backside. Almost a shot on net from Peterson that would have been destined for glory if she would have gotten just a piece of it. The whole net was open.
Wide open. She had a wide open net. Just unfortunately, puck was bouncing a little bit. She could not make contact with the puck. Couldn't get a shot off. CSU escaped, dodges yet another bullet early in the third period. They've been dodging bullets the last
Alex
few
Moore,
periods.
fresh out of the penalty box, will send it down the ice. And those of you that were asking earlier in the week and last week, we will be trying to broadcast all of the Colorado women's games. I know there's a game coming up, I think, next Sunday or the Sunday after in the morning time. We will be doing that game. I don't have the schedule in front of me, but as we got a whistle on the play, we do want to let you guys know we fully intend on broadcasting all the women's games. I know that they do have a month off, though, over winter break, so I do go away for a while, but I'll pull up the schedule right now because I'm pretty sure we've already cleared the broadcast for those games.
Yeah, we do enjoy doing any hockey game, men's or women's. Women's is always a fun game. It doesn't get as much attention as Joe and I think it should, which is very unfortunate. It's fun to watch.
Buffaloes have iced the puck, so we'll come all the way back into the CSU zone. And if you haven't come see the game live and you're in the area, come watch the game. Come down to the rec center and watch Colorado play because it's fun to watch at home, and I love the viewership, but really encourage you guys to come out to the rec center and watch. We didn't get to broadcast any of the games last year, but I went out and watched a few of them, and, it's fun hockey.
It's always fun to play in a home building, too, watch in a home building. It's a nice rink now that we've gotten the new rec center.
So the next game we'll be doing, I believe, will be Saturday, November 7th. Saturday, November 8th against the University of Denver. That's a Sunday at 9 a.m., so that's in November.
So that's 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from today. Puck will come out into the slot. A shot on net is kicked away by SQ. Sierra Dell in the corner. Another shot high on SQ. She'll make the save and drop down and hang on for the faceoff.
SQ could see that one the whole way, and like I was saying earlier, if you're a goalie playing at this level, if you can see it, you can most likely make a save, and that's exactly what SQ did. CU did a good job clearing the women out from in front of the net, so SQ could see the puck.
Through the neutral zone, it bounces around. Thanks again also to the entire Budweiser Event Center staff for helping us out this afternoon. They really, did a lot to help us out to get through this, the technicalities we had, so shout out to them.
Yes, we do appreciate all of the help so we could get this broadcast up and running. They did tremendous amounts of work to make sure that we could broadcast for you guys this afternoon.
Rams will try to break out of their zone. 16:38 remaining in the third period. 2-1 Buffs lead. Kay Sitterly will take it from center ice. She'll flip it deep into the corner and go off for a change, giving the Rams a second to collect it. Calling for a pass along the boards will be Art. She'll receive a pass and send it out the other way. It's Peterson. Peterson will get a touch pass and almost hit on the return pass. Will go through her skates and into the corner for an icing call. You can feel, it feels very similar to Friday night. Just back and forth. Really no team is controlling the game, although Colorado State is out shooting the Buffs by 9 shots, 23-14. Claudia Eskew has been solid. I know she was frustrated after Friday night because of the one goal she let in. I mean, it was a tough play. She got a piece of it and it trickled through.
Yeah, I mean, there were some moments in the second period where Colorado State did start to dominate a little bit, but since this period has started, the Buffs have done a good job to counteract that, and CSU hasn't been able to establish any dominance, but neither has CU, so neither team establishing any dominance in their offensive zones. Very evenly matched game.
Out to the neutral zone it comes for Brown. Brown will skate back at her own blue line. She'll shovel it across the ice to Simlowski. Simlowski will start the wheel. She'll move it up the ice and deflect off the stick of Allie McGuire and come down to Eskew. Eskew will touch pass it over. Trying to hit Danos. Picked off, though, by Kaufman. Kaufman will lose it. Pitched off the boards again. Here comes Patton. Patton will chase after it alongside Molly O'Neill. And Nelson will cover the puck up for the faceoff. Two to 1 our score, 15:23 remaining. You know this one's going down to the wire.
A lot of this game's been played in the neutral zone, too. You don't often see games that have a lot of play in the neutral zone. It's usually just one team skating it from one end to the other, but there's been a lot of turnovers and changes in puck possession in the neutral zone.
And there's someone down behind the play. It looks like Danos is struggling to get up. Meanwhile, down on the other end, it'll be the Rams that'll lead the rush. A shot on net from Kaufman off the mark. Danos will actually make it all the way down the ice as you see her coming into your screen right there. Looks like she hurt her right leg. She's staying out there, though. Referee's got her hand up. We're going to have a penalty on Colorado as a shot is blocked off the leg of Wada. Kept in the zone, though, and played to Eskew, who will make the save. Man, Danos, give her credit. She came all the way back down to play defense instead of going to the bench for a substitute. And she'll come off here slowly.
Not many players would skate all the way in. If they're in pain like that, they would probably just go for the sub. So good job for Danos to be able to skate all the way down, play a little defense. Now she gets to sit down and hope she's okay.
It'll be Kat O'Leary that'll go to the box for 2 minutes. So a big opportunity here for Colorado State to try and tie this one up. It's in deep for Renee Dreyer. Against the boards it goes. It'll be shuffled in down low by Simlowski. Wrapped up along the boards. That's Hannafy that will fall on top of the puck. Art trying to work it out of there. Alongside Emily Mahana. Mahana will play it to the corner again. Now the Buffs will come up with it. It'll be chipped out to center ice by Hannafy. Minute 25 remaining on the power play for the Rams. 14 minutes remaining in our third period. Starting the wheel the other way will be Brown. Brown will pick up some speed as she heads through the neutral zone. She'll look to the left side as Patton will step up. She escapes through Patton, but it'll be blocked out by Colorado and sent down the length of the ice. It'll be the captain, Alex Moore, that'll chase after it. In the corner, though, is Samlowski. She'll play a long ice pass all the way down to Peterson. Peterson didn't get a piece of that one, so it'll be icing on Colorado State.
Colorado's done a good job on this penalty kill as well, as they have been doing all afternoon, in making sure that Colorado State doesn't get many shots on net, and so Eskew hasn't had to make many saves on this penalty kill, if any. Colorado's been able to get all of the CSU players into the corners and then able to take the puck and then clear it all the way down the ice. That's exactly what you need to do.
55 seconds remain on the power play for Colorado State. Turned over. Backhanded by Patton. Saved by Nelson. He'll go to the corner again. O'Neill will collect it from her own zone with 46 seconds remaining on the power play. Off the boards it comes. Chasing after it will be Kaufman. Kaufman will meet up alongside Avila down low. Kaufman will win the race to the puck. It'll squirt out in front. Played to the boards inside is Whitney Thomas. O'Neill will try to trap it against the boards. Kept in at the point, though, by Dell. Dell will slot in or on the board with 29 seconds remaining on the power play. 13:05 remaining in our third period of action. Centered across the French. French will throw it on net through the slot. It was blocked off of a Colorado skate. I believe it was Abila that got a piece of it. Abila will play it back out, but it'll be kept in the blue line by Dell. Dell to the right side to O'Neill. O'Neill will try to handle around the defender. She'll be held up there in the corner. In down low is Harcrow. She'll look out to the blue line. Now she'll handle herself. Buffs are back to full strength as it'll be sent all the way down. O'Leary will chase after it as icing will be called.
It was a good idea trying to get that stretch pass to the girl coming out of the penalty box. Unfortunately, it was a little bit too high, and she couldn't get her stick on it to knock it down, so it will go for an icing call. But very good attempt, very good idea. You see that happen a lot in higher levels of hockey in the NHL. You see that happen a lot. Players will come out of the penalty box, and then their teammate will try a long stretch pass and try to get a breakaway out of it. Didn't work this time, unfortunately.
And the referee's got her hand up. We're going to have a slashing call. See who is going to go off. It looks like it's actually going to be Alicia Zip. So Zip will take a seat. Buffs will get their third power play of the afternoon. They are 0 for 2 thus far. Coach Hazelton's got to be happy, though, for the Buffs. I mean, they played sound defense all afternoon.
Yeah, they did. They've definitely played sound defensively. The one goal that happened wasn't so much a defensive breakdown as a good offensive play by CSU. So as a coach, I think you'd have to be very happy with how your team has played this afternoon. For both teams, both coaches have to be pretty happy with how their teams have played.
MacArthur in along the far side. She'll look out to the point to Hannafy. Instead she'll go in front to Dice, who redirects it just wide. Sitterly will collect it in the corner. Plays it to the near side. Held up against the boards. And the Rams will push it out to center ice. Chasing after it for Colorado State will be Mahana. Mahana will lose it as it'll be played off to Sitterly. Sitterly gets a piece of it, deflected over to Brown. Brown will backhand it in from neutral ice. Rams will go off for, well, half the Rams will go off for a change. The other will start the forecheck. To the blue line it goes again, this time to Monica Patton. Through the slot it comes. Shorthanded, a shot on net goes just high from Gashik.
That was dangerous. That was a little dangerous.
Back to Gashik at the high slot. She'll send another one. It goes just wide. Rams are shorthanded here for another 54 seconds, but you wouldn't know by watching. Sitterly will collect it for Colorado. She'll lead the rush. She's got Patton behind her. She'll play it forward, and Nelson will make the save and hang on. 45 seconds remain on the Colorado power play. 11-12 remaining in our third period. 1 goal game. No scoring in our third period so far. Each team got 1 apiece in the second. And MacArthur for Colorado got the single tally in the first.
CSU's had a very good penalty kill here, too. Got 2 or 3 shorthanded chances just in this last couple of minutes here.
2-on-1 numbers for the Rams down low. To be played around the boards, though, by Avila. Rams still out shooting Colorado 24-16. Avila will play it in behind. Up the boards it goes for Patton. 17 seconds remain on the power play for Colorado. They haven't been able to get anything going on this power play. It's been all Rams.
They haven't really been able to get anything going this period either.
From
Hasn't
center.
been all Rams the whole period. Certainly this penalty kill by the Rams, it was all them. But neither team, on full strength, neither team's been able to establish any sort of possession or dominance in possession all game, really.
Full strength, 10-17 remaining in our third period. Buffs now 0 for 3 on the afternoon on the power play. Be played off the boards by Colorado as it'll be turned over into the zone come the Rams. It's Michelle Harcrow. Throws one on net and a save by Claudia Eskew. I think this has been Eskew's best game of the season so far. I thought she had a really solid game against Lindenwood Bellevue. She just faced so many shots. But tonight she's making all the saves.
She's made 25 saves. And she's been very solid. The one goal again, she let up a rebound that went right to the player who's able to put it right over her glove. Not much else she could have done on that as she was sliding across the crease. She's played very, very well. Every save she's been able to make, she's made, or she's had to make, she's made. Minus the one that not a lot of goalies are going to be able to save, whether it's men or women.
Statistically speaking, I guess Eskew's best games were in Midland, Nebraska when Colorado took on Midland. She basically kept the Warriors off the board the whole weekend. But Colorado State and Lindenwood they're just a little bit stronger teams.
Yeah, you can't just look. I mean, statistics are good, so yeah, statistically those were probably her best games, keeping them off the board. But don't think she faced as many shots as she has faced today.
And she did play a really good game on Friday night. I mean, the single tally that got by her. Danos will bring it in for Colorado. She'll fire one on net. Saved by Nelson. The puck will drop down, and Nelson will dive on top of it. A really good play, though, by Marissa Danos. Again, out of nowhere. Turning something out of nothing. 9:41 remaining in the third period. Still a one-goal game from the Budweiser Event Center in Loveland, Colorado. Face-off one back by Colorado. Be played forward by Hannafy. Broken up, though, by the Rams, and we'll see if they try to send a streaker now. A lot of teams, as it gets late and they're trailing by a goal, will have an extra forward play a little bit higher in the defensive zone. And on a breakout, they'll just fly through the neutral zone and look for a breakaway pass. Meanwhile, though, it'll be Sitterly that brings it into the offensive zone. She'll backhand it to the corner. MacArthur will come after it for Colorado. She'll send it over to Sitterly again. Sitterly has it go off of her skate. Around the boards, MacArthur will block it there. In deep, though, will be Gashik. Gashik up the boards again, goes to Brown. On the second attempt, it's going to be a 2-on-1 now. Rams bringing it over the line, 2-on-1. A shot on net goes just high.
And Joe, I think you mean a cherry picker, not a streaker. Streaker's usually a naked person running across some sort of field. I don't think anyone.
Well, that's what we called
it
it when I played hockey. It said a streaker.
Well, when I played, it was always a cherry picker. Streakers are naked people who run across football fields, and they get tackled.
All right. Well, I grew up. That's what we called them, because you would streak forward with your clothing and pads on. Moore will backhand it into the corner. French will play it there for the Rams. Held up along the boards. Brown will come after it now. We're going to get a penalty on the play. We're going to get an elbowing penalty on someone. It might be against French as she skates to the box. She will. So it'll be a power play for Colorado with 8:22 remaining in the third. If the Buffs could convert here, boy, that would be big. However, on the last power play a few minutes ago, the Buffs got nothing going. It'll be their fourth attempt of the afternoon. They are 0 for 3 to this point.
Yeah, that's just CSU's just been so good about keeping them to the corners, not allowing them to get shots, and then even being able to establish some possession. Not many teams can establish possession in their offensive zone shorthanded, but CSU's done that very well all afternoon.
The Rams will send it out of their zone shorthanded for another a minute 42 with 8 minutes remaining in the third period. Up the ice from Abila. Patton had it momentarily. She'll be pushed off with some contact, but get the puck in deep. Skating with it will be Gashik. Gashik off the boards. Comes out to neutralize to Abila. Abila will try to hit Patton on the fly. And the Rams again will play it out to center ice. This time actually will hop into the bench, so we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone.
I think if I was the Buffs, I would watch Gashik very carefully on this power play because she was the one who had like 2, 3, or 4 shots on that last penalty kill by the CSU Rams. And a lot of them looked like they could have gone in.
Rams will win the draw. Shorthanded for another minute and 15 seconds. Off the boards it goes. Kept in, though, by the foot of Caitlin Hannafy momentarily before the second clearing attempt by Chandler Art will come down the length of the ice. MacArthur will come back to the near side. It'll be Alyssa Wada. Wada will be consumed by a double team from Peterson, but still escape the way. Out to Sitterly. Sitterly will touch it and take some contact before chasing in after it. First one to the puck, though, will be Dell. Dell and Sitterly will meet up in the corner. Played to Wada. Wada will lose it in favor of Peterson. And she comes out of the corner, though, with it. Sitterly, shot on net. Kick save again by Nelson. Straight away now for Hannafy. Hannafy will send one on net, deflect it again in front. This one will squirt to the boards. It's MacArthur in down low. She'll go to Sitterly. Now Dice in front to Sitterly is blocked. Backhanded to the near side. Dice will set it in down low. Sitterly back to Dice. Jumps over her stick, but backed up by Wada. Wada will send it to the corner. Buffs on power play for another 17 seconds. MacArthur along the boards. Shovels it back in down low. Buffs went off for a change, so the Rams should be able to clear this one out. But again, kept in by Hannafy. Hannafy will walk in from the outside. She'll handle in for the circle. Fires one. Saved by Nelson. Puck still free, though, behind. Now to Alex Moore. Moore shot on net is deflected off of the body in front. Colorado State back to even strength. 6:16 remaining in our third period. Buffs on top by a goal. Rams will play it out to center ice. With the carry will be French. French will bring it over the line. She'll go over to the corner now. Held up in down low. The Buffs will try to break it out of that corner. Out to center ice it comes. Will be slammed right back in, though, by French. First one to the puck will be Hannafy. Hannafy to the boards. Deflected from Patton. Kept in over the line, though, by Semlowski, but she'll be ruled offsides.
CSU was caught just offsides, or that. Just barely offsides. Certainly not intentional. And they were trying to get out of the zone. They were just a little too slow.
Brought in by Kaufman. Kaufman will be pushed up against the boards. She'll sling it in around, though. Comes down low to O'Neal. O'Neal, who has the single tally for Colorado State, will play to the boards. She'll push up against Kat O'Leary. And O'Neal will send one on net for SQ to stay on top of.
Again, CSU did a very good job of clearing all of the CSU forwards out of that slot area so that SQ could see the puck, make a good save on it, cover the puck up, and allow a face-off.
5:25 remaining in the third period. It's coming down to crunch time.
One thing that's always interesting to me, at least, is to see where a coach decides at what time they're going to pull their goalie. We've seen recently in the NHL, they'll start pulling a lot earlier. Patrick Waugh will sometimes pull with like 3 minutes left. So it's always interesting to see, since we are getting close to crunch time, it'll be interesting to see where CSU's coaching staff decides they're going to pull Nelson out, if they are.
Played out to center ice for Kay Sitterly. Buffs will send it around. French will take it down for the Rams. 4:52 remaining in the third. Up the ice come the Rams. It's McGuire. McGuire will dump it in deep and go off for a change. Onto the scene will come Art. Art will go to the corner. She'll meet up with Hannafy. Art will force it free, but it'll come to the stick of Wada. And Alyssa Wada now will lead the rush. She's got O'Leary with her to the right. Wada will play it around to the defender and chase after it into the corner. She'll stomp up there. Puck held up against the boards. Kick tap by Art. Fished out by Dell. To the blue line. Abila sends one off the leg of a defender. And went off with Mahana. Out to the neutral zone comes Art. Art will send one into the corner. Mahana will meet up and go to battle alongside O'Leary. O'Leary will send it all the way down. Danos is going to have a breakaway, and she catches up to it. Danos in, makes a move, backhand. Oh, and a save by Nelson.
Nelson again making the saves she needs to make to keep her team behind only one goal. She did a very good job Friday night of playing in net. She did have the shutout. Today she's played very well as well. The 2 goals that have been allowed were not her fault. They were just good shots. CSU was able to capitalize on.
3:37 remaining in the third period. Rams trying to tie this one up late in the third. They'll start the road up the ice from behind the net of Nelson. Out to center it comes. Played through, though, to Dreyer. Dreyer will battle with O'Neal. Sent in deep by Gashik. Gashik will chase after it as the Buffaloes will play it in their own zone. Harkrow handles around 2 defenders. Sanders went in front on the back door waiting for it. Was Gashik unable to catch up to the pass that was just beyond her reach. Still with it, though, are the Rams. It's Harkrow in the corner. She'll cycle it in down low. Now it's Dell. Dell will play back to the corner again for Harkrow. Broken up by Colorado. Hannafy will push it to the other side before Dreyer will play back to Hannafy. Another time back to Dreyer. Dreyer up to Moore. Moore will get it out to center ice. Dumped in, beat by Colorado. 2:38 remaining in the third period. 2-1 on score in favor of Colorado. Sitterly deep on the forecheck. Finally will slip back to French. French will play it all the way down to the neutral zone. Right to MacArthur. Abila will play it over now to the left side to Whitney Thomas. Buffs to send it in deep, and that'll be an icing call. 2:19 remaining.
I think that chance Gashik had about a minute ago, had she been able to touch that might have been able to find the back of the net, because she might have been able to catch Eskew a little off guard and in her slide, and if Gashik could have made contact with it and gotten a quick shot off, she could have found the back of the net and tied this one up. That was dangerous play there.
Kept in at the blue line by Zamlowski. She'll try to send one through some traffic. It'll be deflected high up into the air into the corner. Abila wraps it around to Dice. Dice will get it to Sitterly. Sitterly will push the pile in through neutral ice. Puck held up right in front of the Colorado bench. O'Neal can't quite finesse it forward, so the bus will send it all the way deep. Brown will be the first one to the puck. Empty net for Colorado State. Nelson has gone to the bench with 1:47 remaining in action. O'Neal, she'll carry over the blue line. She'll flip one towards the front of the net. Gloved out of the air, though, by Colorado. Dreyer will play it to Sitterly. Sitterly will whack at it. It'll come free now to Patton. Patton's just got the two defenders in the empty net in front of her. 1:30 remaining in the third. Rams will dodge a bullet there as Harkrell will break it up. Harkrell will now lead the rush. She'll take it in 1-on-4. Poked away from her. Chipped up against the boards. Now to Patton. Patton will send it in deep just inside center ice. Held up in behind the play, though, by Dell. Dell will recoil. Leaves it there. Touched over the line with 1:08 remaining. Coming in from center ice is Hannafy to send it forward. Back in their own zone now is Colorado. Dreyer looks across the ice for Danos. She'll send it in the direction of Danos with 1 minute remaining here in the third period. Rams trying to tie things up. Pile would converge along the boards as Colorado will send this one perfectly out of the zone. Some time will eat off. 46 seconds remaining. Over the line come the Rams. It's Kaufman. Kaufman will be taken away, though, from Ellie Dice, who will dive forward, but lose it to Gashik. Gashik will send it in deep for the Rams. Harkrow wrapped up down in the corner by Whitney Thomas. Sitterly sends this one all the way down the ice. It will be off the mark, so this one will go for an icing call. And the referee will sound his whistle with 25.3 seconds remaining in the third period. And I think Colorado State is going to take a timeout here. Man, just like Friday night, this one's coming down to the very end.
One-goal games are always my favorite to watch because they are usually the most exciting in the last couple minutes. If you're blowing a team out, last couple minutes usually aren't as exciting, and people are just waiting for the game to end. But this one's keeping people in their seats, keeping people watching this game very, very closely.
It's actually Colorado that did take the timeout. Coach Hazelton can actually change her lines on a timeout. Otherwise, the same group would have to stay out there on the icing call.
You'll see coaches take the timeouts if they ice the puck, because then it does get their players a little bit of a chance to rest instead of having to go right back out there, since you can't change lines after an icing call. So I think it was a good timeout taken by Coach Hazelton.
25.3 seconds remaining in regulation. We're live from the Coors Events, no, the Budweiser Event Center. Gosh, I'm so used to saying Coors Event Center.
Different beer, Joe.
Gosh. Budweiser Event Center. You know, I was talking actually with a few of the parents of the men's and women's team. This may be the only game all year long where they'll be able to watch and have a beer at the same time.
Yeah, because CU's home games played at the rec center.
No beer.
No beer allowed.
And the Rams, they don't serve beer either at home, so this is a treat for everyone. Hockey time, though, to be pushed down as the Rams have under 30 seconds to try and tie this one up. Backhanded in by Rogers. Centered in front, loose in the slot. Dice will, though, she'll steer it to the boards. Chip it out to the center zone with 12 seconds remaining. Empty net on the other end. Rams will put it in deep. Comes on net to Eskew. She'll let it go by her as it'll be pushed around the boards by Dreyer. Dreyer will wrap it up in the corner, receive a triple team as it'll be centered in front. Puck still loose as the buzzer will sound and the Buffaloes have won. Final score for the Budweiser Event Center, Colorado 2, Colorado State 1. 2 one-goal games this weekend.
They split the series, too, so the away team won both of them. Good series between these two teams. I think the games for the remainder of this season are gonna be pretty close, if these two games are any indication. Very well played by both teams. Neither team was dominant all game. Shots were 27-20 in favor of CSU, but through the first two periods they were within 2 shots of each other on either side. It's very, very evenly played game from both teams.
That's all we got from Loveland, Colorado. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back in a few weeks when Colorado will play against the University of Denver on November 7th. Thank you for joining us, though, here tonight. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Final score, Colorado 2, Colorado State 1.